Welcome to This Is the Place, brought to you by We Own This Town, where we discuss the ever-growing and shrinking restaurant and bar options here in Nashville, Tennessee. My name is Matt.
And I'm Mickey.
How you doing, man?
I am doing great.
2019, wrapping up this decade.
Wow.
I cannot believe it.
That just kind of,
keep moving on. 2018 was a great year for restaurants in Nashville. For a lot of them. I mean, there were some closings that were unfortunate, but
they
a lot of really
opened
good
right
ones.
back up, though.
Yeah, some of them did. Yeah, some
I
did.
think there's probably
they took about 3-4 months off.
There are 3 places that officially closed. That's about it.
Regrouped and then opened back up. But so yeah, I'm ready to move on to 2019. So I know what you did for New Year's. You went to the Henley, sat at the Rabbit Hole, which is Chef's Gorman.
Yeah.
Table for $500 a pop per person, right? The 15 or 14 dinner course menu. That's what you did, right?
No, there was one at 404 Kitchen. I went to that one, of course.
You went to that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or, no, I know what you did. You went to the Bobby, you and 10 of your friends, and paid $2,500 for that igloo spot.
Absolutely.
So
that was phenomenal.
Yeah. Tell me about it. The rain coming down on the igloo with your big bottle of champagne. It was just glorious, right?
It was amazing. Or actually, I just rung it in quietly at Americana Coffee Lounge with a little jazz and, a couple of champagne.
All right. I'll come clean. We had nothing. I was in bed by 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. We did the Eastern time zone New Year's and then wrapped it up. Started watching Avengers and went to sleep 10 minutes later.
Everybody dies.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, just to let you know. All right. So, what is going on, man? So
it's been a minute.
It's 2019.
Yeah.
But I did make a mad dash to try to take it all in before the year was over.
I was getting all these texts the last several weeks of pictures of places that you were hanging out and eating, drinking. You were a man on fire. You're on a tear.
I thought we were done for the year, but no, there were so many. There were plenty of places to get to. Things were opening and stuff was happening.
We can't keep up. We can only do what we can do. We can try so much. So, but yeah, I mean, you had some really, really good dinners, some real good food.
I mean, had some food, drink, what have you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I even know that you made it out at some point.
Yes, I made it out. We made it out. There were a couple of newer places that we were able to go out to. One, which I know we've talked about part of this place in the past. I think actually episode 1 that we covered because we like it a lot.
And
but there is a new part to it, and I'm talking about Urban Cowboy, but I'm not talking about the public house, the bar that is attached to the B&B part.
You absolutely need to check that out, though. Fire pits.
Yeah.
It's a great place to hang out in the wintertime, and it closes fairly early in the evening.
Yeah, 11 o'clock. But we've talked about that.
But
however, at I can't remember, sometime beginning December maybe, they opened up a Parlour Bar, which I think it's just called, I don't even know if they have a name for it.
That's exactly what it's called.
The Parlour Bar.
It's inside the Airbnb.
Yeah, so if you don't go towards the public house. You actually go up to the front door of the. Did you say Airbnb?
I did not. Okay. I said bed and breakfast.
The B&B. They would be insulted.
Dude, it's not that.
There's probably 5 air.
It is not even that. We're talking. If anyone out there knows what Wallpaper Magazine is, or Dwell Magazine. I mean, that's where Urban Cowboy would be featured. I mean, it's
very, very high end.
It's a very high end boutique
B&B
overnight experience.
Yeah, I mean, there's one in New York.
Yeah, and the one in New York's in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And this one is just on, I mean, it's you got to go.
It's on Woodland Street, Woodland and 16th.
The thing is like you're walking into the place and it's got this feel. It's like
it's an old house.
It's an old house, but it's got a modern feel to it, very modern. And You go in and you sit down and there's a roaring fire
Mm-hmm.
right beside the bar there.
Yeah.
And it's got a nice feel. I'd probably even recommend if you're going on a date.
Yeah. I mean, the coziness level is at 11. I mean, it is. I mean, that's immediately what I thought was a place you definitely want to go maybe before dinner to have a drink.
Yeah, or after dinner.
Or after. Well, they are respectful of their guests. So I believe when we were there hanging out, they said on the weekdays they close at 9. I think the Parlour Bar closes up at 9 and maybe 10 on the weekends. But yeah, you walk in and it's a huge little room on the left.
Sitting room.
Thank you. I wanted to say tea room.
It's an old house.
Right.
It could be a tea room.
And then another room on the right, and you walk straight in. And then there's when they say Parlour Bar, they are not, it is right there. It's a very small.
Yeah, 10 people
bar.
couldn't sit at the bar. I'd say maybe 6.
No. 4 tops. And you're pushing it with 4.
Okay.
It was very small, but if there's more than a couple people there, you are going to go sit down on a couch. And that's what I would do anyway.
Yeah.
I would go get your drinks.
There are 2 fireplaces.
Oh, 2 fireplaces. Yeah,
the one in the sitting room.
That's right. Yeah. And sit at the multiple couches, at one of the multiple couches that you can in one of those rooms. But we sat at the bar when we went in there. I think it had only been open, I don't even know, a couple weeks. And we went fairly early and talked to the bartender, had a really good conversation just about the history of the B&B itself, but he recommended a couple drinks. We had some. You had a cider drink, actually.
Yeah. Thanks. Yes, I did.
Because you love cider. I think we well established that. I'm sorry.
They have amazing cocktails there as well, too.
Yeah. I had a really good cocktail. They also have a Japanese vodka at, $30 a shot.
Oh, yeah. Check that out.
I think you can only get, probably that's the only bottle in this town of that particular Japanese vodka.
I highly recommend it, folks. Yeah. You should check it out. It's good stuff.
Anyway, I enjoyed just going out there and having a hang for a while. It was, like I said, it was very, very relaxed.
It's nice.
And,
it's really nice.
And cozy. What else do you want to talk about at that place?
Well, you should get a room there if you have an opportunity. That's what I'm saying. It was very nice. But yeah, definitely check out Urban Cowboy. I mean, get a room.
The Parlour Bar.
Stay overnight. You can check out the bar on the back patio.
The public house.
Or you can actually go inside the Parlour Bar. But I highly recommend it.
Like this time of year too, like it's cold outside, you stroll right in and you'll just feel at home and have a really, really good drink. So also in past episodes, I've been keeping you guys up to date on the construction of a building close to my house. We talked about the closing of Pied Piper.
Are you inviting everyone over to your house, or are you just talking about what's in the neighborhood? Yeah. Okay, I got you.
The 2 houses across the street from there. Yeah, that's what I've been talking. No. I talked about...
I know, I heard you. I'm just saying. All right, go.
Anyway.
Cat Nation.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. Okay, go ahead.
So we talked about Pied Piper closing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was sad about that. And we were... waiting to see what was going to be opening in its place. Saw some construction going, heard about something. We heard something about some Korean restaurant. And then, of course, the catio is next to it. But that's...
The catio.
We're not talking about that. Okay. And that was, probably back in the beginning of the fall. Well, the Korean restaurant is finally opened. And it is called Babo, which the translation I think is some sort of terms of endearment, calling somebody, oh, you Babo. Guy, anyway, that's irrelevant. The signage on that is nice, but anyway, go ahead.
Well, it's Korean meals, happy feels. Yeah. That's their tagline.
Oh, okay.
And that's exactly what it is.
So it is it's owned by some other folks that started Duke's, if you're familiar with the bar in East Nashville.
Yeah.
and also by the proprietor of Gaja in Atlanta, which is a Korean-based restaurant in Atlanta. And there are some similarities to that restaurant and Babo. And when I went first into Babo, I realized, like, okay, I totally get where the owners come from. I mean, having gone to Duke's before.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely has a certain feel to it, you know.
It has a very New York vibe. I mean, you walk in and the music is up and it is lively.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's definitely lively. A bar feel with really good Korean food.
Amazing Korean food. It's great.
So talk to me about your favorite dish. The thing that you told me last night.
Well,
that
I mean, the thing
literally dreamed about.
Well, the whole thing, the kimchi fried rice, it pushes all my buttons. It's got all the stuff, man. And it's simply kimchi, and there's a hot spring egg on top of it with some toasted seaweed, and it is so good, man.
Yeah.
It's so good.
I mean, you've been back several times already.
I've been back about 4 times. And I've been very far away from Nashville, and actually thought about the place. I was like, if I could just have that, I'd be good. But the kimchi fried rice, highly recommended. Also, they have like this, it's a beer and a shot. Did you?
I don't know if how I'm pronouncing things. Well, it's called this, maybe I think it's called the Somek, but it's, 12 ounce of height beer and also soju.
Yeah.
A shot of soju, which is a white, it's not vodka. I don't know if it's a rice based or what, but it's not sake. It's not vodka. It's its own liquor.
It's great.
Very clear. How clear is clear?
It's the clearest it can get.
It's the clearest it can get.
So they have a few beers on tap also. What did you have?
I had, oh my God. So when I used to go back years ago, when I used to have to travel over in Europe and the UK, I found this beer that I loved. And I think it's French, maybe Belgian. Kronenberg 1664. And it's just a great lager. I mean, if you go over to France, they probably think it's like Bud Light or something like that, but I think it's one of my favorite beers. And for a long time, I could only just find it maybe 1 or 2 places in town, that you'd buy at a beer store, but they actually have it on tap.
Whoa,
and so nice. I was very, very, very excited to see that literally the closest bar to my house has Kronenberg on tap. And my wife is also a fan of Kronenberg, so when I told her, she was like, well, I guess we're going there. So, they have about 5 or 6 taps, of course, a couple of locals, and then, Ichiban, a couple Korean or Asian-styled beers, and then, a couple of other beers from other places.
So when you first walk in, you can walk past the bar to the back where the kitchen is there, and that's where you can actually order your food. They'll give you a number. You'll have a seat somewhere in that area. Or you can just have a seat at the bar and order directly from the menu and also a drink. Just to kind of get the lay of the place. Now, go ahead.
I would say it's not a big place, but I like what they did in terms of, I mean, Pied Piper seemed a little small, but they really put it together well. It seems
they utilize the space well.
Yeah.
And it's about the food. I mean, they have house-made dumplings, pork, beef, purple cabbage, glass noodle, tofu. That's really good. You've got they've got a fried chicken also on the menu. Yeah. The glass noodles are pretty popular. I saw a lot of people with that also. And then what was the last thing that we had? Because it's about the Korean barbecue also.
It was the beef, right?
Yeah.
The beef bulgogi.
Yeah.
You wrap it in a lettuce and have your own little beef Korean wrap.
And it was
really, really good. Yeah.
You can also get it pork. You can get it the same style.
Yeah.
As pork though.
But definitely, I don't know. I can't say I don't know what time they open, but I don't know if it's the most kid-friendly place. I mean, it's
I knew you were going to say that. Before you got there was a family sitting at the table
Yeah,
behind
I mean,
me. I was
early
sitting
on,
right
it's
at the
fine.
bar, and there's a one table that's fairly large, and there was a family sitting there.
Okay.
but
Yeah.
but it works. I mean,
fine.
I wouldn't leave the kids at home.
Yeah, it's more of a
just
low
go out-
lighting sort of place.
Yeah, it's more like I
know,
said, New York feel. And when
yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
New York,
it's-
I don't think Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, right. But I gotta say, I really like the place a lot. Can't tell you how happy I am that it is what it is right there.
It's
So
very
close to my
cool,
house.
man.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
Yeah. So speaking of which, we were talking about some things, specifics about it. When we did our dive bar episode, afterwards, we discussed maybe when we start talking about new restaurants or even whatever, just restaurants, whatever restaurants we're talking about, whatever bars we're talking about, scoring them somehow on a rating system, a 1 to 10 rating system. And so we're going to try to do that now. I'm going to throw some things out
All
to
right,
you,
bring it on.
and you're gonna rate them for me for
Bring it on.
for Babo.
Bring it on.
Okay. All right. So the first one is vibe.
Ooh, definitely a 9.5.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a true New York vibe, but in the heart of East Nashville or Inglewood. It's a neighborhood bar, but it's got a really, really nice vibe. I mean, the music's up. It's very hip.
It's got a rock and roll vibe.
Yeah, rock and roll.
You know.
Yeah.
Next one, I know one that we've had a little contention with is signage.
Okay, I thought you were going to say, how would you rate the bathroom?
No, I'm not even going to go there.
Speaking of, though, they're super cool. Go in, and if you were
They're
thinking
fine.
you're
They're
in
fine.
It's got the lighting and the
Korean newspapers.
and
Yeah.
it's like
That's cool.
your CBGB's back in, but a nice.
Have you?
No,
Did you ever go into the CBGBs?
No.
That-
No, it's like now that Target's taken over that
Yeah.
space, it would what their homage to.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what we're going signage.
Signage. I
10.
like it.
10.
I like it.
I mean,
it's
looks great.
very small.
It's
It's,
very
in
good.
Korean.
However, if
Yeah.
I'm outside the building, I don't know where I'm gonna go.
That's true.
I don't know what's going on. The cards in the
'Cause it
parking
is
lot. There's a party.
outside,
You know, I don't
Yeah.
know. All right.
But I like that. Next item is hookup potential.
Very high. Very high. I would
Yeah.
tell you that much. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I'll say about
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. Next one is bar eating.
Yeah, absolutely. On your own, have a bite to eat, or go in with somebody special. And they were phenomenal at the bar.
Yeah. Bars made,
However, the first time I went, I did feel like Saint Vincent was waiting on me.
Oh, yeah.
She looked.
Yeah,
she was like
she was. Mhm.
It was her
Yeah,
doppelganger.
she was very nice.
Yes, yes. Very cool vibe.
And then I'll wrap it up with music,
Oh, it was. It gets
which
a.
we already kind of talked
Yeah,
about.
it
But
gets-
give me a rating. Give me a scorecard.
I'm gonna
rating.
give it an 8.5.
Yeah.
8.5. Only dude,
I'm going to give it a 7.
a 7. Well, I mean, Kids Classic Rock was really playing when you were there.
Yeah.
That's kind of part of the whole thing. But it was like alternating between classic rock and some of the latest and greatest
Yeah.
stuff by it.
But it was all, and I'll tell you why I'll give it a 7. So if it was Bowie, it was, I don't know, Fame or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't any deep cuts. You're not going Lower East Side like
But people
cool.
were dancing behind the bar and on the side.
Yeah.
I mean,
But if you, but
every
I
time
remember
that I've
when
been there, either the owners have been dancing to the music that's playing, or the people behind the bar, or people are having fun.
Right.
You know?
All right.
Ooh, what is the likelihood that you may see a local music
Celebrity or
scenester, someone who's a part? It's very high.
11?
Just very high. Because both
Yeah.
times I was in, I saw notable folks who make music around town and who.
Yeah.
It
It
is.
is. It's one of those places.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
So, and last is originality. I mean, for this town, I give it a 9.5. I mean, there's nothing else like it in this town.
And the topic that I heard the most was, oh my God, I just live around the corner and
Right.
this place is great.
And it wasn't just me.
I
saying
hear that every time. Yeah, I hear that every time. I used to live around the corner and I wish that place was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely.
Overall,
high marks.
Maybe we'll post on Instagram the scorecard average.
I'll leave that to you.
Yeah. All right. So overall, yeah.
This
This is the place.
What's it called again?
It is called Babo.
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 Yeah.
Moving on.
Tell me about your date.
So my mom comes into town every once in a while.
You didn't go. That's right. You went your mom.
Oh,
sorry. It's not a date.
Well, like you can still have a date with your mom.
Yes, you can. Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And usually she's in and out. She stays busy doing whatever she does. And she just comes and sees the kids at night. And then she's leaving the next morning. But we actually had time to have lunch. So we ended up going to the Mockingbird.
Yeah.
And that's been around. I'm not sure how long that's been around.
It's been open for a minute.
Yeah.
It's been open for a while.
Been open for
a
minute. Ran by the hospitality group that does the Indian
12th Avenue.
Chattables.
And
what is the name of the hospitality group? Well, crap. It doesn't matter.
Well, they
anyway.
have about 3 restaurants.
Yeah.
And they're great. Everything they do is great.
Yeah. It's a kind of new take on the classic diner, and it is at 12th Avenue North. For all the
It's in the Gulch.
For all the old folks, it's in the Gulch, but it's not in the Gulch.
Exactly. It's right off of 12th Avenue.
Yeah, it's north of Broadway, not south of Broadway. If you remember where 12th and Porter used to be.
Absolutely, but don't take people back that far.
Okay. Well,
I can remember about 12 different restaurants were in that area.
I walked into that place and I actually remembered this is the place where you used to be able to go score.
Oh, whoa!
Stuff.
What?
When it was
your mom there? Is that what you were thinking when your mom?
It used to be that rave place.
No,
you don't remember that?
No.
Anyway, all right. That was a long time ago.
No.
I was like, damn it. This is not what I thought it was.
Okay, all right. Okay,
anyway.
So Mockingbird,
yeah. So like I said, like a kind of modern take on the classic diner. I really, really liked it a lot.
Yeah.
So you walk in and somebody greets you. The bar is immediately to your right, a nice long bar. And then you walk, there's some tables. Nice window, full window to the left with some tables there, but you can walk past that and the dining room opens up in the back, and we set out a booth. And immediately, first thing I noticed was the music. It was all like late 80s, early 90s, a mix of like New Jack Swing, and a mix of a little early grunge, mix of, even some of that, I don't know if you'd even call it hair metal from the late 80s, early 90s. It was all that. And that's my wheelhouse. I was growing up in that time period. So I immediately I was like, what the hell, man? This is awesome. I loved it. And the food is just really good comfort diner food with a, Nashville Southern take, I guess. So we sat down, looked at the menu. It does mix. There's a lunch menu, a brunch menu, and a dinner menu. They do overlap a little bit. But on the appetizer menu, there's a thing called tachos, which is tater tots with lamb chili, beer cheddar, and a crema. And it was amazing.
That sounds really good.
Oh, my God. It was so good. Yeah, after we ate, there was some of that left over, and the lady said, "Are you guys doing with this?" And my mom grabbed it and she pulled it, and she's like, "No, I'm taking this with me." What's left over? She didn't even take the rest of her sandwich, but that was what she was taking home in a doggy bag. So we had that. There was a menu item called meatless rye knot, RYE knot. And so it is a meatless Reuben sandwich has seitan.
Yeah.
Or seitan. I'm not sure how to correctly pronounce that. But my mom had no idea what that was. But she got that. She's like, no, I'll try that. She loved it. She's like, I can't tell the difference between, this and a real corned beef Reuben sandwich.
For
I had a bite.
Vegetarian friends out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really, really good. I had what is called the sloppy Jose. That is braised beef barbacoa with this sweet slaw, and had this kind of sweet barbecue style sauce. Amazing. I mean, everything we had was really, really good. So like I said, we went there for lunch. It was fairly well in terms of there was some families there, definitely a family spot. For lunch, I would assume the same for dinner. Well lit. The service staff was great, super nice. The woman who waited on us, I think I mentioned to you that I know she, that's just how it is in this town. Like since we do go out a bit now, but sometimes you run into the same people waiting on you at different restaurants or different bars.
It's a small town, so.
And there's a lot of options.
Well, yeah, and folks, either they're eating there, or they're possibly picking up a shift there, they're working.
Right.
But that's great.
Yeah. So the woman that waited on us was great. And this just represented to me the new Nashville scene, restaurant, whatever. Across from us was a manager of the hospitality group that was interviewing people for one of their new restaurants. And I tried to eavesdrop as much as I could while I was having a conversation with my mom. Just to kind of hear what they were talking about. But anyway, I was just kind of a funny thing that was going on there. But overall, it was great. I really, really enjoyed it. The food was good. So I'll do a scorecard. So for vibe for me, and I think it had maybe the reason it reminded me of 80s, 90s, had a little bit of neon in the decor. But the vibe is, I would give an 8. It's really good.
All right.
Bring a date. So I think for taking a date, I would say, I don't know. I was there at lunch, so I don't want to say at night how it is, but definitely would be a place to potentially have a good date there. And the vibe, 8. Take a date, 8. Music, 10.
You get a 10.
Get a 10. No question.
Yeah.
And bar eating. It looked like it was a smaller type bar. I think you could eat at the bar. It was a fairly, probably 12-seater type of bar, and you could eat there. But since I didn't eat at the bar or hang out at the bar, I can't speak how easy it is. Because, some places you want to just go have a drink at the bar. You don't necessarily want to eat at the bar. But you easily just go sit at a booth.
Yeah.
Signage, honestly, you kind of have to know where you're going. It's in a large building with a couple other things, across from where 12th and Porter was. So I almost walked by it.
Well, when you first walk in, you have the bar area. Correct?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I've actually been there for drinks.
Oh, yeah?
And I would highly recommend it for drinks, yes.
You didn't?
They have a drink.
Did you tell me that you've been there before?
No, I didn't. I wanted you to enjoy it on your own. I didn't want to,
Sneaky?
They have this one beverage that comes in a bag.
What?
That's very...
The Colt 45?
No, it's in a bag, a actual bag. The beverage is in a bag. So they've got great drinks. I've been there for drinks and had a great time. So,
okay. All right.
But and again in the evenings, yes, it's got that vibe. People will definitely enjoy themselves. So go for drinks. Do it definitely. But anyway,
so decor, I give an 8. I thought it, I really liked what they did because it obviously seemed like it was a diner sort of place, but it wasn't nostalgic at all. They weren't trying to do any kind of weird, throwback thing.
Yeah.
It made it feel like, oh, this is 2018. This is how this place should be. You know what I'm saying? It was totally cool. Like I really, really liked the layout,
very
cool. The vibe. And I think that is it for the scorecard. Originality, I definitely would give a 9.
I have a question.
Yeah. Okay.
So would you say that
this is the place?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool.
I would.
Cool.
I think
absolutely.
I think for this episode we're 3 out of 3.
Yes. Go. I mean, I have to agree. And if you're looking to go on a date, all these places would be ideal to go on a date. Or if you're trying to meet someone, you could go to these places as well too.
Well, at the Parlour Bar, you're probably not going to meet somebody there.
Yes.
They're probably already on a date.
No, but you're going to meet somebody. It's a bed and breakfast. You'll meet someone. Come on, dude. Anyway, all I'm saying, and it's not what you think it is. It's a very, basically 2 places, very much New York. Babo. It's not Babo?
No, Babo. Totally. Yeah.
And Urban Cowboy.
Yeah,
They're
totally.
all, you got it. So we're talking like you could be in the middle of Brooklyn and it would work. Right. But it's in Nashville.
Yeah. Mockingbird isn't like that, but it's its own original thing.
It's very original. So
it's great. So Yeah, I'm happy with everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
What were we going to say?
Good. We're good.
We are good.
Yeah, we're good. It's rare that we got to this place. It took a while, but we got here.
Yeah, all right. So remember, I think this wraps it up. So remember, eat up, drink up, and if anybody asks, this is the place where you want to be. See you next time. Bye. Welcome to, what is the name of this?
This is the place.
All of a sudden we understand.